Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of a Let's Play Farming Simulator 2019. Again, this is a very special series for me. It's kind of in memory of both my papaws that passed away this year. They were both farmers of some sorts. One was a kind of a cotton, soybean farmer, did a lot of fields, stuff like this, and the other one did a lot more, maybe cows and horses and things like that over the years. So definitely a special stream for me, and I hope you guys enjoy the playthrough. I'm not going to say I'm not going to make mistakes. Believe it or not, I'm more of a video gamer than a farmer. So I'm kind of having to learn as I go. So probably going to make some silly mistakes, and hopefully you guys bear with me. But I'm enjoying this. I really love this type of game where you kind of start with nothing and you build up from there. And that's really, how a lot of the games that I play are. Civilization, or even the Football Manager or the Motorsport Manager, like any of the games I play, it's always like start from nothing and build up to something, And so I feel like that's one of the reasons why I enjoy this type of game as well. So we tried fertilizing last episode, and it didn't really go so well because apparently this field still just needs to be plowed. Quite frankly, this number 26 down here. So what we're going to do now is that's how you zoom. Cool. What we're going to do now is probably just go get a plow, because number 24 over here has cotton currently on it, if you can see that, and we are not going to spend the money to get a cotton harvester. It's just too expensive right now. So we're going to go ahead and plow that under now and be ready for whatever's next. What do we want to put on it next? I would just use a cultivator, but it does need plowing, in fact. So we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and go over to the shop. And can I do that from here? Can I do that from the screen? Go from there. There we go. And we're going to go and find us a plow, I suppose. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that we can do. Like, I haven't really gone down every single one of these. It can be used instead of a plow. Oh, that's a nice one, because it also does the fertilization. But wow, you need a powerful tractor for that. We do not have that powerful tractor. So it can be used instead of a plow. It can be used. I mean, does it count as plowing? I haven't used one of these. The last time I literally just bought a plow. But these ones that say they can be used instead of a plow are interesting. Like, what if I go to... Last time I just used a plow and then followed up with a cultivator. But I definitely like, I mean, the plows, the reason the plows are, they're just kind of hard to use. Can create, okay, so one thing this thing can do is create new fields. So if we ever wanted to create new fields, we would have to go this route. But it seems like the subsoilers might be better for just straight up plowing. And we're going to have to use either this one or this one. I mean, one extra meter. Doesn't sound like much, but it's actually quite a bit. HR 4004 and BTF 4000. Wonder what that's referring to. Can we see? Because I think we could use that one. Could we do this as well as a... Let me see. HR BTF 4000. Like, is that a cedar? Ah, BTF 4000 right there, a cedar. Huh. I had been using this D830 cedar before, but... This one, oh, the one difference is this one actually holds seed, whereas this one apparently you would need to buy the thing to hold seed, which apparently is that one. Okay, good to know. We're learning something. So the BTF 4000 is a cedar, so it means we could do both in one pass. It's kind of what I'm getting at there. What was the other thing? HR 4004. That's not like a fertilizer sim, something like that, is it? No. Oh, it's this one. It's a cultivator. Interesting. So we could do the one thing, cultivate and seed all at once. I think at the very least, I will probably plow and cultivate together, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I do know it can be good to DC 401. Is that what this thing was? Forgive my my ignorance here. So it looks like we can hook all these together if we wanted to go that route. And I think we have a powerful enough tractor for it. I don't know if we'll go all the way to hook all of them up together, because it would take quite a bit. Let's see here. Where is... what was I looking for? The cedars. Because I'm assuming we would need to hook up to this thing. Yeah, so TF, which this thing actually is, can also do fertilizer. But we would need it to do the seed first. But I suppose I could hook up to this and fertilize after? Is that what that's telling me? Or does it just hold? No, this won't do the fertilization. It just holds it. Okay, fair enough, probably. The fertilizer I got, I got a cheap one. Doesn't connect to anything or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Well, okay, let's start off with something. Let's start off with one of these things that can connect to something at least. I may not use it right away, but I think I'm going to start with this. That way we have the option. And we are going to lease this because I just think it's better. This thing needs 130 horsepower, which we're actually a little bit light of. Because our tractor is this one, 115 horsepower. I mean, is it going to make that much difference? We can upgrade our tractor if we need to. But that might be a reason to go with one of these lighter ones, 90 horsepower. You know what, we're only leasing, so might not be a bad idea to just start with something smaller. But no, let's just get it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Surely it's still going to work. Can't imagine it'll just suddenly stop working. It just may go slower than we desire. I want to use this thing first by itself before I do any cultivating, because I want to make sure that it does count as plowing, which it says it will, but I want to make sure that it does before I go anywhere else. Although I may go ahead and buy the other piece since I can apparently hook them together. That way I can at least haul them both back out to the farm together. Not make this trip more than once. Still at 1 speed. Is that really going to matter? Can I go ahead and speed this up? I think I can go ahead and speed this up, actually. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I don't know the speed up for the controllers. I'll just use the keyboard for that. I mean, we are pretty far out here. That's one of the negatives of taking this farm, is that we're kind of out a bit further away from the store than some of the other closer. Some of these others like 18, 20, 21 right here. But I think it'll be all right. We could grow grass or something like that. That one's pretty simple, although we need a mower for that if we decide to grow grass. We'll just see what the prices are for things. Soybeans is usually a pretty good price, although I don't know if the yields is that high. It's kind of a catch-22 there. If the yield is low but the price is high, then you may get the same value out of the field as something like wheat, which is cheaper, but maybe the yields are higher. Sorry, little white car, I'm going to cut you off. I'm faster than you. Alright, so there's our thingamajigger. I'm just run over here real quick. And we're going to go ahead and buy the other one just so we can hook them together. We're going to go ahead and buy the cultivator. Not the cultivator. What was it? Wait. Was it cultivator or was it something else? It was something else. It was the seeder, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. We still need something that could cultivate. What was the thing that could cultivate then? Harrows? Okay, this is the cultivator. Okay, that's right. This is the thing. I mean, a little bit more expensive than just going with a straight cultivator, right? Because I can get a cheap one for $7,000. This one is more than double that price. But I think it's going to be okay. Again, if we have to, we'll lease something. So this one can connect. Does this thing connect to the front? No, surely not. I think that just means it can connect to something else. We're going to go ahead and lease this thing again as well. Keep going with the leases because, again, these things are only going to be used once and then not much else after that. What is the order here? I'm assuming the order would be normally to hook the plow part up before the cultivator. That seems to make the most sense to me, because you usually plow before you cultivate. Is this a behind thing, or is this a front thing? I actually don't know. I haven't used this one. Am I just off the spot, or is it literally a front thing? It may be a front thing. So I do see some connectors there that look like the thing that goes on the front. Oh no, there we go. So we'll hook you up. And then we should be able to hook this other thing up, right? Those connections maybe just to hook the other thing up. And again, we're just going to hook both up for now to at least get it out to the farm. Oh, wrong buttons. Alright, so we got both hooked up now. Again, we could run it with both, and I may just do one pass with one of them, and if it does work, then I may just go ahead and hook the other one up and go do both of them. Do I want to go ahead and buy the cedar stuff and just be able to do all of them at the same time while I'm here? Again, it's the same type of thing as if I decide I don't want to do them all at the same time, then that's not a problem, because I'll just unhook things and then just try things out one by one. It's also possible that our tractor's not strong enough, or maybe our weight's not big enough, or any number of things. But you know what? Let's go ahead, back up here in a second anyway. Let's go ahead and get the other stuff. Why not? And if we're going to do that, we might as well buy the seed as well, so that we have the seed. Okay, get out the tractor. We're going over here. Alright, so we wanted the cedars. And it's not too expensive, honestly. Again, a normal one I normally get is this $13,000 one. This one combined with that is $25,000. I mean, it's more expensive, but it's not too bad. And again, this one could hold fertilizer at some point. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but so this one can do soybeans. It can do, you know, the wheat, the oats, the barley, all the different things. Not the potatoes and stuff like that, but I can do most of the normal ones. So, and this is still 4 meter wide, yes. So we'll leash you. Okay, and then apparently we will need. So I think it only needs 100 horsepower, but I've got to imagine all these cut together need quite a bit. And then we'll go ahead and leash you, because you will have to be what holds the seed, which you can hold 1,500, which it's actually not that much. Okay, and then we will get some seed. We'll go ahead and buy 2 bags, just because we want to make sure we go ahead and get as much filled up first as possible, and go from there. Alright, so let's come back over to the tractor. Get in. Let's see if I can do this. Again, backing up. Not the easiest thing to do in the world. I was going to complain about not having a backup camera, but I have an overhead backup camera. What do I got? What do I got to complain about? Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's bad, but it's actually really funny. So, this is the first time I've had a problem with the weight being an issue. That's okay. We'll come back to get this and the cedar later. Sorry thingy. The seed, that and the seed container. We'll just take both these out. Like, how close am I on the weight now? I'm trying to see if, like, when I start off, if it like backs up, or like if it kind of shows off lifting off at all, but it's not. So I think we're good with this weight. And I could buy a better weight, but that kind of also tells me that we probably just don't have a powerful enough tractor in general. We'll go with this, and we'll just come back to get the other two separately. Not going to be a problem. We could get another cheaper tractor to run those other two things, and like have a worker help us with this part initially. I mean, I try to not hire too many workers, but you know, one of the things the workers will do is help speed up things as I try and drive all over the place for now. I want 28. It's not too bad. I mean, I think our stuff is a little heavy. Oh, I guess we're going up to 32 now. I was just going up a hill. Lots of rolling hills here. Goodness, so hilly. It's crazy to think that this is good farming country. I'm so used to farms and like just nothing but flat land for miles. But I mean, there are those types of areas. It wouldn't surprise me. I can't imagine it would take that long for them to put maps in that are more like, you know, Nebraska or something like that. More just flat land forever. I say that. I've never actually been to Nebraska. I just assume it's got flat land forever. Okay, so we're going to plow over this thing over here. For now, I'm going to back you up. And I just want to do a pass and see what this looks like. We're going to detach the back thing. And we'll come over here. And... how do I lower you? Lower cultivator. I'm a little bit early, but that's okay. Okay, that's definitely digging under cotton at least. Again, I know all this crop, but this crop is only worth probably like a couple thousand maybe. And, I'm not exactly doing a straight line. And it just would not be worth the equipment at this point. Alright, let's see. Let's go here. Not there. Oh, that's the shop. Really? Huh. Okay, now I know which button the shop is from the controller. Alright, let's go here and let's go... Yeah, okay, so that just says fertilized. That does not need plowing anymore, so this does, in fact, count as a plow. Good. So the regular plow is just if I wanted to create more stuff. Good to know. In that case, actually what I'm going to do is... I'm going to come back over here. I don't know if my tractor's powerful enough for this, but we're going to try. Do this all at once with our little tool. Still got $50,000, so we're still doing pretty good money-wise. And if we have to, we'll take a loan out. Not going to be too big of a problem. The way the loans work is that you pay like 1% of the loan every day. So if I take a $100,000 a loan, then I pay $1,000 a day. Alright, so we're going to go and just go pass over this thing again, just because I've already done it. But I haven't cultivated yet, so let's see. Turn on cultivator. Do I need to lower the other thing as well? Y selects tool. Lower cultivator. Okay, that lowers both. Good to know. Doesn't actually look any different, if I must be honest. Like, was the other thing already cultivating? Surely not. Okay, what we're going to do is, let's get out of this for a second. This back here is just telling us that it is sort of fertilized. It just says growing, which is weird. Okay, there it is. Now it's not. Okay, it says it's fertilized. This thing still says cotton growing. So, because I haven't done it in this order before. Okay, so the other thing is cultivating. Like, if you see the line in front of us, how do I zoom in again? There we go. So there's a blue line in front of us. So this other thing is cultivating already. So what's the other tool that I'm doing? Did I just buy a worthless tool? I probably did. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I don't even think we need this other tool at all. Well, then why do they connect together? Why are they offered? Because not only is it plowing, but it is also cultivating. Alright, good to know. So, turn off cultivator, lift cultivator, let's back you up, let's get rid of you. We'll just finish with the thing we got. Now, I do think we do need the, we're going to learn something real quick. Actually, why not? Let's detach, actually we have to reattach. Let's select tool, detach. Let's move up here. Detach that. Just gonna back around this a little bit. Should have done that a little bit differently, but that's okay. Apparently you'll still attach. Okay, so now if I come over here and do a pass with this tool, I don't think it'll do the same thing. I think this will tell us that it's not plowed. It may be cultivated, but not plowed. Turn on the cultivator. Okay, good enough. Let's check this real quick. Wrong one. So this is cultivated for sure. But it's not counting as plowed because the red is not going away. It's just, okay, good enough. So we know that this tool might be the one that's unnecessary. Let's lift, turn off. We may return this tool then when we go back to pick up the cedars and stuff. Lower and detach. Not that I had to lower it before, but it makes me feel better. And if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know in the comments. Oh, hey, you know, this is how it's supposed to be done. But I'm kind of learning as we go a little bit about the order of things. I mean, I know the basic plow, cultivate, fertilize, you know, all that kind of stuff. But as far as like just doing it, what's the most optimal way of doing things, you know, some of that stuff I don't know. Because actually, when I was doing test runs, I was actually plowing with an actual plow, which is really slow because it's quite a bit narrower width, and so it's harder to it takes longer. You know, you have to do so many more passes with an actual plow. But this seems to be working, so we'll go ahead and run this. We'll be able to seed after this and kind of go from there. Obviously, I don't care if I'm destroying my crops because I'm destroying them anyway. And honestly, what I may do is, here in a moment, I may give me like a little header spot. So I don't think you normally do, but I think it, in this particular context, it's probably okay. It gives us a little more room to turn around. Oh, this is a small enough field, it doesn't really matter that much. Some of the other fields that have a little more difficult, you know, turnaround spots. This might be better to do the headers and stuff like that. Actually, what I think I'm going to go ahead and, for now, hire a worker. Just let him do his thing. And, you know, it costs us money. But, you know, in the interest of kind of trying to speed up a little bit of time, let him do this while we can go do some other things. Like possibly, we'd have to get some loans, but if we get a second tractor, we could go ahead and bring the cedar and stuff over, which might not be a bad idea. Looks like we actually missed a spot there. It's actually kind of annoying. Probably will come back. In fact, I can see that line right there. When he gets done, I'll probably come back and do one more little pass there just to get that spot out of the way. It'll be annoying otherwise. All right. So if I come here and we go over here and look at tractors again, let's get us another small tractor. There is a mod for this little tiny one over here I've used before, 45,000. It's not that bad. It's only 90 horsepower. You know, it's not a lot compared to the 150 for this Fiat, which is quite a bit more. This one can go 15 miles an hour, but this one's only got different wheel setups. Can we modify the engine on this thing? No. This one we can modify if we wanted to. That's getting more expensive. I mean, this one we can buy right now with the money that we have. I mean, it's a fine tractor. I mean, it does what it needs to do. I've used this one quite a bit in my other test playthrough. And we can obviously change the tires. You know, if we buy this, we can turn this into a narrow one to kind of do some of the weeding and stuff when that time comes. But we don't need to worry about that right this second. So no, let's go ahead and buy. We're going to buy another tractor. I know it's kind of crazy to buy two tractors, but in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of speed up our overall process. Let's just have a worker doing one thing while we're doing something else entirely. So let's go over to our other tractor and try to remember how to start the engine. I keep forgetting how to start the engine. There we go. Right button X. One of the things that we have to do that the computer cannot. Oh, we need another weight. Let's get us another weight. Weights. I'm just going to do another one of these 700s. I mean, anything stronger than that could obviously help us hold more, but more than likely we're not going to have powerful enough tracker for it anyway, so I don't think it really helps us. And we'll buy this as well. Okay, let's come around here and get our weight first, and then we'll get the rest of the stuff. I'm hoping this tractor can hold that stuff up. I mean, I know we couldn't buy this stuff, although I did just realize something. If we added that little trailer on the back, that might have been enough to help balance us out and hold all of that stuff. Especially since we're getting rid of the cultivator in the middle. We might be able to still do all at once. We'll look at that later. But for now, let's come over here and hook you up. Terrible at backing up. Apologies. I don't have access to... Well, I'm not trying to do anything with that land. Does this thing need to go in the middle? I'm assuming this thing needs to go in the middle. Because it would make no sense for us to go in front. So, because then you would have this thing coming behind you, right? So I'm assuming that's the last thing that comes around. Let's come around here. Just trying to figure out which way I want to go. Plus, there's a slight pause between when you hit the button to back up and stuff like that, because you're still turning and things like that. So, throwing me off a little bit. Oh, apparently I don't. Do you not hook up here? Okay, I'm confused how this thing's supposed to work. Because I thought it said it did connect to that. Is this... surely not something you hook up to the front. Maybe it is behind it. Maybe there is a way. Let me see. Let's back it up real quick. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. You know, I haven't used this one. I used the little green one before. Which is like a container and a seeder all at once. But I was hoping this would be more efficient. Nope. Okay, obviously not. What do you connect to then? Let's see here. Seeders. I probably already messed up. It says it connects to the BTF 4000. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little confused. You connect to the TF 1512. I'm really confused about how this thing's supposed to connect. Does it connect to the front? Maybe it connects to the front somehow? That seems a little odd, but let's do this. Let's come over here. And what do I want to do? I want to select tool. And lower the weight and detach it. Hopefully I'm not top heavy, or back heavy I should say. Don't seem to be yet. I mean, I'm still okay with having the extra weight. But this one, if this does connect here. It does. Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, I don't like the fact that it's... Does it have to be up in the air like that? Maybe for transport. Or for, yeah, maybe for transport you leave it up in the air. Alright, left button to refill this with seed. I'm not going to be able to do both of them, but that's okay. I'll do half of the second one. Alright, cool. So that's done. I'm assuming I don't want to transport it like this. Yeah, because there's no turning here. Fair enough. So, if we lift the additional tank. This looks so awkward. I can't imagine this is... I guess it runs. I guess it moves. We're okay so far. Was not expecting that to connect like that. Somehow I thought it would be like in between the two or something of that nature. And we're moving. I mean, we're going full speed of this vehicle. I think it's 22 is the full speed. 26 downhill. There we go. Alright, let's get us out to the farm, and then we're probably going to put a cut in there. I'll check on my other dude. He actually may have already finished, quite frankly. Whoa. I mean, we might keep the cultivator, come to think of it, because... I mean, I don't know what, like... If the plow does what it needs to do we need to... I don't know. I'm trying to think if we need to keep the cultivator, because there's times when we don't need to plow. We just need to cultivate. So maybe it's better. I honestly don't know. We'll run with this for now. It's not costing us that much if we're not using it, so I may keep it around for a little bit. It's definitely a wider seeder than the one I had before, I think. I think the other one was about, this is what, 5 meters, something like that? 6 meters? Let me see. This one is, this one's only 4 meters, okay. But this one up here was 3 meters. Okay, that's what it is. So 3 meters versus 4 meters. So it's about a meter wider, which, you know, doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 30% bigger, which means we finish 30% quicker, possibly. All right, looks like our worker is, in fact, done. Because I see the tractor on the edge of the field over there. Then we got to decide what kind of seed we want to use. We already got sunflower. We've already got canola. Again, I was thinking like soybean or something like that. We'll look at the prices here in a bit. But we still have that one line that we got to clear out. Which we'll do that here momentarily as well. Got a lot of red equipment. I guess I need to get some red tractors. All right, I'm going to park you over here. And we're going to go ahead and put a cut in here for now. When we come back, we will finish up that one little line, and then we will start seeding. And again, we'll look at the prices and see what we decide to seed. Possibly soybeans, something like that, but we'll figure it out. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.